and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a full face of new makeup from Sephora. In honor of the Sephora sale, I'm really excited. Some of these have been wishlist items. Some of them honestly don't have the best reviews, so let's get into it. Everything on my face right now is from this video, so I'm really excited. I do think it came out pretty good, but there's definitely some winners and losers, so let me know what you think is your favorite from this look. I'm honestly really excited and a little bit nervous. It's been a really long time since I did a full face of new makeup, and I hope that we have good picks in here because I actually have something to go to right after this. Okay, our first pick is a little bit controversial. It's the Armani Skin Tint. I haven't heard the best things, but I love the Luminous Silk Foundation, so I feel like I had to try this. I do like that it comes with this little pump. I feel like that's just so much better than like a watery, I don't know, I'm trying to think of the brand that I'm thinking of. It's probably gonna take a minute. Ooh, it does sound watery though. Like the Hourglass Skin Tint. It's not super watery, but it is just like a, what's the word that I'm looking for? It just comes out. So I kind of like that this is a pump because that explodes on planes. Oh my goodness, it's taking forever. Am I doing this wrong? Does it need to be like this? The answer to that appears to be yes. Oh, I love how watery this is. We'll see how the coverage ends up being though, because I feel like that could be 50-50. Like, do you see how runny that is? Do half the face and then we'll kind of see how that looks. Spreads really easily, but like there's barely any coverage. It's borderline making me feel like, why did I put this on? Because I feel like my skin just looks basically the same. We'll see if it's buildable at all. I also feel like if you lean oily, this is just not going to be it because it's such a dewy finish. Whereas I feel like the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, it's more of like an any skin type situation. Whereas this, I'm not convinced. Anyways, it's not the worst. I don't hate it, but I don't think I'd go out of my way for this one. The other thing that I'm not loving about this is that it feels kind of greasy on the skin. Like it's very watery, but it feels oily almost, like a lightweight oil. Okay, next up we have the Laura Mercier Concealer. This is the Real Flawless Perfecting Concealer. It's definitely a little bit dark for me right now, but what I'm gonna do is add the Kosas color corrector just to brighten it up a little, but we'll blend this out first, I think. Honestly, blending it out, it's not bad. I'm worried that everything is gonna feel off because I don't love how this foundation feels. This is okay. I'm, once again, not loving, but I might not have given myself enough product, so we'll try adding a little bit more, and we're gonna let that get tacky while we do our bronzer, which is the Nudies Matte in the shade Bondi Bay. Very pretty color. I know this is light, but I do feel like it still leans fairly orange in like the undertone, but it does blend out very easily. I've always heard the best things about their bronzer, and I can't believe it's taken me this long to actually try it because I can really see why it has so many fans. I think this actually has like a little built-in blending brush. I didn't use this. It's quite dense though. Let's try blending out more of that concealer. Okay, I do feel like letting it dry down a bit gave it much better coverage. Next, we have Makeup by Mario in Perfect Pink. This is Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil. And then I think I'm just gonna use this Hourglass blush brush. And this is a cream blush. Ooh, that has quite a lot of pigment. Actually, it's very pretty. I feel like it blends really easily. Was not expecting that because honestly, I don't love cream blush most of the time. I'd rather have liquid and powder, but I could be persuaded solely because of the shade of this. Next, we have the Laura Mercier setting powder in the shade Rose. This is supposed to be a brightening powder. I've really been loving, I don't know how to get this off. I've really been loving the under eye powder, so I'm excited to try this. I'm gonna try this first just under the eyes. I do like this. It's a lot more coarse of a powder compared to the under eye one. Like I am definitely feeling like these are very different formulas. Let me see if I can find the under eye powder. We'll be back. Okay, so this is the under eye powder and this is the setting powder. I feel like you can tell the colors are quite a bit different, even though this is also rose and this is soft pink. This one's definitely much more brightening for the under eyes, and this is probably going to be hard to tell, but I feel like this is a much more fine powder compared to this. Next, we have the Hourglass Unlocked Deer palette. This is one of their limited editions for the holidays. So many pretty shades in here. I'm loving this pink blush, and I think this bronzer probably. I feel like these are honestly so nice for traveling around the holidays because you have so many shades in here. Like you have a finishing powder, highlighter, 2 different blushes, and bronzers. That just makes traveling so much easier. This shade of the blush. I feel like none of this is sitting on top of that skin tint well whatsoever. Next, we're gonna go over it with this finishing powder. I think that's, nope, that says highlighter. These two up here are our finishing powders. I do feel like now that I have a little bit of powder over the skin tint, like it feels better, but I really don't see myself going out of the way for this one. Like it's not their best work. I'm a little bit disappointed. Except we have brows. I have 2 brow products, the Kosas Brow Pop Nano. Ooh, wrong side. Actually, we'll go ahead and use this. Brush through the brows. This is like the tiniest pencil I have ever seen. They really meant nano. That's crazy. Okay, this I love because I feel like this is going to give you the most natural brow just because of how tiny the actual pencil is. And I would have thought something like this small would break really easily, but it seems pretty sturdy, at least on like the first go of it. And then we're going to add Big Bush Brow from Urban Decay on top. I have the shade Taupe Trap. I think since this is tinted, I would probably only do 1 of these in the future. Like I just feel like 2 was perhaps overkill because now my brows are feeling very dark, which is probably partially a symptom of the fact that I quite rarely fill them in. Brush through that one more time with this. I do still like how they came out though. I think this one though is the real winner for me, the Kosas Brow Pop Nano. For eyes, I actually really want to make the most of this palette. So I'm going to go back through just with an eyeshadow brush and I'm going to do the bronzer in the crease of my eye. And a little bit on the outer corner. This is exactly what I mean though about having a palette that like does a lot for the holidays. Because if I can do an eye look and have all of my powders in this one single palette, that makes travel so much easier. And then for the eyes, I'm gonna use the highlighter shade on the bottom. And just pat that all over the lid. And then we have a super simple eye look. For mascara, I picked out Your Show Over Volume in black. First of all, this is feeling luxe. Like, I'm obsessed. The wand is very interesting to me. It's very bendy. Okay, I definitely feel like this is doing some heavy lifting compared to just my lashes without mascara. But I will say I struggle to feel like any high-end mascara is really worth it. Like the drugstore options are just so good at this point, but this is still beautiful. And the last 2 that we have is a makeup, a Makeup by Mario lip combo. This is their lip liner in the shade Lauren. Something so satisfying about a fresh, sharp lip liner. Let's wipe off my lip balm though. Deeply regret using a cotton pad. I do like that they give you this little brush built in to like blend it out a little bit. And then for the lip, we're gonna do the shade Petal Glow in their Plumping Lip Serum. This reminds me a lot of the Fenty Gloss Bomb Sticks and also the MAC like plumping lip balm. Honestly, I love this lip combo. I feel like it's super pretty for fall. This is not new, but I didn't have another setting spray to try. So this is the Makeup by Mario Skin Perfecting Surreal Skin Soft Setting Spray. Okay, this is our final look. Honestly, I do like the finished product, but I think we need to do a rapid fire of would I buy it again or would I skip it? Armani Skin Tint, skip, immediately not loving. I feel like this is just too greasy of a finish, and I'm saying that as someone with dry skin. Laura Mercier concealer, I'm feeling a bit indifferent to this, and for the price point, that's just not going to be enough. Laura Mercier powder, I actually do love this. I probably will try this all over the face next time, but for now, I would say this one I would do it again. The Nude Sticks bronzer, this one I would definitely get again. I really love that it has this built-in blender, and I also just feel like this is such a pretty blendable cream bronzer. I do wish it was a little bit less orange, but technically bronzer is meant to be more of a sun-kissed look, so. Makeup by Mario in the shade Perfect Pink. I think that this was beautiful. It blends in really well. I don't feel like it's overwhelming, which I feel like is tough to do with a shade of pink this bright. But I will say I'm a little bit biased because this is like my ideal pink blush shade. But I would definitely get it again, and I think I'll try another color. Urban Decay Big Bush Brow. I think I would pass on this. It feels more like a run-of-the-mill tinted brow gel. It's not anything that I'm feeling crazy about. On the other hand, the Kosas Nana Brow Pencil, I am obsessed with this. I have the shade Soft Brown. I just like cannot get over how tiny, like I'm not even sure you're gonna be able to see that. I feel like this is gonna give you the most realistic looking faux hair look when you're using a brow pencil. Even the ones that I have, like, let me see if I can find, just so that you can kind of get a comparison. This is what I feel like a lot of brands are doing to give you a faux hair-like look. And like, that gets you somewhere. Like, this is still relatively fine, but I just feel like nothing is gonna compare to like how fine of a pencil this is. Hourglass palette, I love this. I'm admittedly biased because I do have one from last year that I also love. I just feel like this is so good for holiday travel. Dior Show Over Volume Mascara. I don't know about this one. Like, do I love the way my lashes look? Absolutely. I just really struggle to feel like any high-end mascara, especially more of a designer brand, is really gonna be worth it. And then finally, we have our Makeup by Mario lip combo. I'm actually loving this. I feel like I'm gonna be wearing this one on repeat for fall. Okay, those are my takes. Be sure to let me know yours in the comments. I feel like definitely some of these were misses, but there were still a lot of great products that I'm excited that I tried out. And if there's anything on your wish list or something that you're looking to pick up in the Sephora sale, let me know in the comments, and I will see you next week. Bye!